I'm streaming to you live. I am Gordon with Unlock Your Bioenergy. Today is Tuesday, November 25th, 2025. And today's topic, the bounty hunter. And I call it the bounty hunter because there's a post that I found where a mother writes about her child. She says, "Hello. Wondering what is the best route of testing for my 6-year-old. I am a vitalist, herbalist, and I have pretty much gone down almost every route to figure out what's going on with him. We eat organic whole foods diet with organic pasture-raised meats, raw milk, organ meat, etc. We follow the Weston Price healing traditions diet, but he's been having angry outbursts, which have gotten better in the last year. Since he was about 3 and has a hard time focusing. His coloring is also often pale in his face. He also has some autistic type behaviors. I've tried supplementing different vitamins. We've done a parasite cleanse with BioRay, Happy recently, and gentle detoxing. He gets vitamin C, Rosita cod liver oil, and then seaweed supplement, beef liver, magnesium bicarbonate from Pristine Hydro. We recently did a blood panel for him. Everything looked pretty normal. His vitamin B6 was actually super high. Just going down every route trying to figure out what's going on. He's been hit by 2 ticks, or not hit, bit by 2 ticks, but I removed them right away and he never had a rash or no other noticeable symptoms. I really feel he has an absorption issue." The last statement that Julie writes here really makes me think about absorption, because in a lot of cases this is what people have the most issues with, and a lot of it has to do with being chronically dehydrated. However, a lot of people also don't know about what I'm going to share here, and that being hydrogen bond angles. And why is this important? Because it affects how your body absorbs hydrogen. But what people don't know about is the radioactivity that exists in water. And it can be anywhere. And how do you remove it? Skill testing question. So, when you look at distilled water that you purchase in the store, normally it is heated once, changed to vapor, and then cleaned out. Okay? Once. And because of this, it actually reduces the hydrogen bond angle from the source water. Let's say if it's tap water, goes down from, which is 104 degrees to about 106, and it reduces it down to about 101 degrees. And most people think, well, what does this have to do with absorption? More than you think. Myself, I live in Alberta, and I'm just downstream, technically, from the mountains. And we get spring water here. But when they treat it with chemicals, if it gets polluted with water from, let's say, Bragg Creek, a lot of people are taking prescriptions and various other things, whatever it is, and when they urinate, guess what happens? It goes into the water, it goes back into the water supply. So does that affect water here in Calgary? Or in Calgary? Well, when the Bow River comes, the water is from a glacier that it's from Bow Lake near Jasper, Comes all on that Bow River, comes, I don't know, 200 kilometers. It starts picking up all kinds of stuff, and that Bow River goes through near Canmore. Canmore is a pretty big place. Where is the sewage water going? Into the Bow River? I don't know. I'm just asking the question because did they treat it? And I asked this, and it's probably very likely because in Calgary they treat the water, and there is a big water treatment plant that is located right beside the Bow River. And guess where the water goes? Pouring out into the Bow River after it's treated. And where does that water go? Farther south. So would that change the water source? Would it, spring water, let's say if it's the hydrogen bond angle is from 106 to 108 and it gets treated, does that hydrogen bond angle get reduced down to, let's say, 104 degrees? Yeah, I think so. Because Canmore and Banff were before Calgary. And is it likely that the hydrogen bond angle gets affected by that? Could there be some, people are taking radioactive chemo drugs and they urinate and it goes into the sewage system and then back in, is there a possibility that the water gets tainted? Can you remove that deuterium from the water? How do you do it? Well, if you're not getting spring water directly, going and collecting it yourself, 106, 108 degrees, how do you know it's clean? Because if there are those white lines in the sky, if that gets into the water, does it change it? Possibility. And I'm sure there's probably a few of you know what I'm talking about, white lines in the sky. So that brings me to the last point, which is John Ellis. That is the machine that I use personally to permanently change the hydrogen bond angle of the water to that of 114 degrees. And with that, it also cleans the water, so it's deuterium free. And because of that, it becomes more absorbable. Now, people say, oh, that's snake oil. Really? How about you take a look at the video I have pinned on my Facebook profile that features the man himself, John Ellis. And this is from quite a few years ago already. And he's 80 years old in that video. Watch it on your big screen. Take a very good close look. The biggest screen you can watch it on. And look at John. And listen to his story. And you tell me if he is selling snake oil or if he has credibility behind what he's saying. Because does water have such an effect on the body if you're chronically dehydrated? Does it have an effect on your skin? My skin is doing pretty good, I'll tell you. And it wasn't until I started drinking this water that eczema went bye-bye. And I suffered for many years. Not only that, I suffered with chapped lips in those same years. Now, chapped lips, having to put lip balm on my lips, a thing of the past. I have no need for it now. None. And I never left the house without the chapstick or the lip balm. Not only that, The water has improved my digestive system, my cardiovascular system, my endurance. Because I'll tell you, I remember what it felt like to be gassed. And when you say gassed, when you're doing a workout of sorts, and which I have been doing on Fridays, if you scroll back or scroll down the page, you'll find the Feel It Fridays. You'll have noticed that my pace is now really starting to increase. But I attribute that with the combination of a couple other things. One of those things is the ultimate patch, which I call bioenergy products, but because it ties into the electrical system inside your body. And when it is fueled with what I call the cleanest and most absorbable, aka deuterium-free 114 degree molecular bond angle water, how does it affect this? Or how does this combined with the deuterium-free water inside the body, what happens? Well, I'll tell you. Magic. The kind of magic that you want, especially if you are a holistic person, like I am. I've been surrounded by holistic health for 30 years. So, am I, how would you say, have I been exposed to that stuff? Oh yeah. I know many people who have been into herbs and good nutritional choices. And I've taken that knowledge and expanded, which I think has helped me and benefited me and even those that are in my circle of friends. Because the body is a master at compensating for things. And when it gets tired of compensating is when it begins to decline. So how do you maximize or reduce the amount of compensation that's occurring inside the body? Well, you got to give it the right fuel for one, because when the body receives the right kind of fuel, aka water, that is absorbable and also radioactive free, because, and I say radioactive free because it affects how your body processes nutrients, because it's all about charge and such. It's chemistry. Modern day chemistry knows that there are things that can affect the body. And how do you manage that? Well, drink the cleanest and most absorbable to start with. And then you support it with electrolytes, aka salt. Excuse me. Which helps with the absorption of the hydrogen from that water. Because your body needs to create billions of cells, billions, in a span of 120 days. And how many hydrogen atoms do you think your body needs? Even more. Because your body's constantly replenishing cells. It rebuilds skin cells, you shed skin, you rebuild them. What do you need as part? What does the body need? Well, it's going to need hydrogen to connect all those cells together. And if you are chronically dehydrated, why do you think you have eczema, dry skin, bad hair? Like, it's so connected. People overlook it. So take a serious look at water, because it's crucial for your body. When I say crucial, I think it's at kind of like the top of the list when it comes to importance. Because without water, you can't absorb the nutrients that you get from salts. How many minerals are in good salts? I like Redmond real salt. I alternate between Celtic sea salt. Make sure you get different minerals. And when you drink the cleanest and most absorbable, I'll tell you, my saliva, how it populates when I put a pinch of salt in my mouth every morning, as I did today, it dissolves very fast for me. And a lot of that has to do with my body's ability to create the saliva by way of the water that I'm drinking. I'll tell you, not only does the water affect that, it affects muscle synthesis, protein synthesis, mind, brain frequency. The list of benefits just go on and on and on. And if you are not exposing yourself to the light, and when I say light, I'm talking about this kind of light, because this is equivalent to sunlight. Now, depending on where you live in the world, if you are closer to the equator, most people live generally very good lives. Why is that? Well, it's because of the sunlight. And if you're putting sunscreen on, well, that's a big no-no, because you want your body to absorb that light. So this, basically what it is just a simple little patch like this, and I'm wearing it on a strong acupuncture point on the body, and it's reflecting like a mirror the light wavelengths back into your skin, into your body. And that triggers the process of what is called photobiomodulation, similar to photosynthesis in plants, because plants need light, as do humans. This process is called something different. And when your body gets that light, then it ties to turning on the switches inside, like vitamin D. Oh, yes. And when you expose yourself to 12 hours of this trigger light activation, and then before you go to bed, I take it off, the patch. Guess what happens? I sleep like a baby. I sleep better now than I have in years. And I attribute that to combining the water with this. And then, what other benefits am I reaping? Well, this person writes, if you're sore today, you can be strong tomorrow. I only eat one meal a day, and I talk about this regularly, and it hasn't changed. So, here, I got this statement from somebody else. They say their ultimate patch stack for workout recovery and muscle care is the X39, which I wear, the Ice Wave, which is associated with reducing pain, using phototherapy, light, and then the Aeon, which is most focused on inflammation. So if you are not drinking the cleanest and most absorbable water, then the Aeon, the AEON patch, is probably of interest to you. Because I'll tell you, when water is the most recycled substance in the world, how do you ensure you get the cleanest and most absorbable? Most people say, oh yeah, I drink bottled water. I'm like, really? Microplastics? Might want to reconsider that. Just saying. Because I'll tell you, the changes and differences that I have felt and that I have seen in my heart rate alone, when I really push the pace, if you scroll down the channel at Unlock Your Bioenergy on YouTube, you will find the recorded record from October 21st, 2025. And in that live stream, I hit a heart rate of 213 beats per minute. And I walked around here as if nothing happened. Everything was normal. And if you think that was an anomaly, well then watch the next day, the 22nd, and you'll see I hit 200 again. Here, right here. I should have been flatlined, lying on the ground, on the concrete here, passed out. But yet, here I am, a month later, still alive, telling you the story. So how is that possible? Well, I'll tell you how it's possible. It's, one, drinking the cleanest and most absorbable. It has a very strong influence on the blood quality inside my body. So when my heart rate goes up, that's telling you I'm not breathing enough. Because that's what basically it is. So my body, but also has the oxygen inside the blood from that of the water. And so those are reserves, and they get used. Heart rate goes up, and then when I start breathing again, my heart rate just recovers. That's what happens. And I wish I had the VO2 max equipment to prove it to you, and I would live stream it to show you that, yes, I'm actually telling you the truth. That the water does, in fact, have that much of an influence on my ability to do what I'm doing. And I ain't doing anything special, but I'll tell you, I like to push myself. I like to push the intensity, and I'm not afraid to do it. I never have been, and I never will be afraid. So with the X39, basically what it's focused on is increasing the GHK copper peptide inside your body, inside my body. We all have it. And by the time we reach the age of 35, we lose about 50% of that production, of that stem cell production. So how do you reverse it? It's called ding, 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 light. And then when you provide the minerals from that of salts and foods that you eat, guess what? Then you're putting your body in a position where it doesn't have to compensate. It can start to do things at optimal levels. And what are the benefits from that? Well, good skin, one. Stronger muscles, stronger body, stronger mind, focus. I'll tell you, it's incredible what it can do for you. When you combine it with the fuel that your body knows what to use, and you reap the benefits from it. So, Ice Wave. If you watch yesterday's episode, you'll learn that I actually visited my mom, who fell down the stairs. And I didn't know what extent of injury she had. But after I saw her and after I debriefed, I'm like, oh yeah, she hurt herself good. And she's a tough lady. But when I gave her the Ice Wave phototherapy patch to take the pain away that she had from the fractured bones here in the sternum when she fell down and hit the railing, she was amazed how it took the pain down from 10 to 2 in minutes. She says, I can't believe this. How is this possible? She says, the bone doesn't hurt. I said, because it ties into the conductivity, the electricity inside your body, which I call your bioenergy. And she's drinking, my mom is drinking 114 degree molecular bond angle water. She's been drinking it now for quite a long period of time. Because yes, her son cares. She knows. Now, she said when she fell, she saw a flash of light when she landed, finally. She hit first the railing, hit the railing here on how the stairs are, on the corner, and then rolled around, fell and hit the tailbone, and then fell on the floor. She's 69 years old. That kind of fall, I'll tell you, it should, for most people, they would knock him right out. Like, but my mom got up. She said, not. She prayed to God. She said, not now, not ready yet. Now, had she not been drinking that water, would she be in worse condition? Would she have not been able to get up? Possible, because of the electricity in the body that the water helps with conductivity. So what do? I give her the ice wave, and then I give her the X39. And she was saying that she couldn't move her arm up and down as well. And after a few minutes, she gets up and she walks away. She had a pep in her step. I thought, okay, she's feeling good. She's feeling better already, even after just several minutes. And what did she say? How much do I need to pay for it? So we end up ordering some patches for her. And I gave her almost what I had. But that's my testimonial, my personal story. And if you want to see the photos, go back to yesterday's episode number 125, to find the actual photos. You'll see my face in the photos and the date stamp. So it's I'm a stickler for details. So if I'm going to say something, I'm going to make sure that there's credibility behind it and actual evidence. And when you make the right choices, you can reap the benefits from it. So without further ado, it's time to get on with the next stage of the episode. So lastly here, if you want to learn more about the bioenergy products, scan that QR code that you see there. It'll take you to unlockyourBioenergy.godaddysites.com. And here you'll find the buttons on screen. This is more information about the X39 specifically and the research studies that have been done to prove that it actually works. And if you'd like to make your purchase of what I call bioenergy products, you click on that second button here, that's this one here, and it'll take you to this page where you'll see the information. So you'll see the X39 here, and then there's another patch, X49, which is focused on different light waves that affect your body, and there's a description of what it does. If you're interested in glutathione, which is the master antioxidant, that's this patch right here. That can increase glutathione production up to 300% in the body. And studies have shown that they recorded it works. And if you need to have some inflammation, then you can look at the Aeon as part of that. If you're not drinking the cleanest and most absorbable water, the Aeon is your next tool that you want to have in your toolbox. And lastly, the ice wave, which I gave to my mom to help with the pain associated with that fracture / broken bone. I'm pretty sure she broke it. She didn't get an x-ray done, but the bruising that's there, that's a pretty strong indicator that she's got quite an injury there. So, and in most cases, there's not much doctors can do. You can't sleep if it hurts. So, what can you do? You trigger the stem cell production inside the body, which the king of all kings when it comes to healing the body, the GHK copper peptide. And you do that with the X39. And it'll help you sleep. If anything, if you know people that have broken ribs, the ice wave is the ticket. No drugs. None. And it works. Just got to find the electrical connection inside the body. And when you do that, magic happens. All right. And once you click on any of those images, it'll take you to lifewave.com/Gordon Tomazik, and that's the only place that you should order your patches from. Whether it's under my name, or another distributor. I am registered as a distributor with LifeWave. And if you do visit, and if you found out about the patches through me, then I'd appreciate your support if you're interested in making a purchase for yourself. Because I stream 6 days a week, live, and I talk about this stuff. And I bring subjects to the table which I think that are important, and connected to helping you, the listener, in making better choices for you and maximizing your longevity. And if making a little bit of money on the side is of interest, you can do that too. Start off slow, but if you're pretty, how would you say, motivated, sky's the limit. You can make, there's some pretty successful people that are working as brand distributors with LifeWave, and this year they're on pace to possibly reach $1 billion in sales. So if you want a piece of that, it's possible. And I'm trying, and I need your support to get there. With your support, I'm one step closer. Scan the QR code right there that you see. It'll take you to lifewave.com. Place your order. And start reaping the benefits of the phototherapy technology. It's very good. Very, very good. So, with that, today's workout. I'm going to start with a 9-minute warm-up where I'm going to set the metronome. You heard that beep? That's on a Bluetooth speaker. There's the metronome. Alright, it's working. Set the metronome at 132. So that's the tempo. And today I'm going to feature the rope from Buddy Lee. This is the Rope Master. So your simple nylon rope. I put it around my torso here just to warm up the rope a little bit. You can find the links to place your order at unlockourbioenergy.godaddysites.com. Alright, so you see my heart rate? Pretty low. I'm a pretty calm guy. When I sleep, my heart rate goes down to 42. And yes, I have recorded it too. And I posted the results a few weeks ago. Alright, so. I just remembered you got to do that timer. 9 minutes. There we go. And then today I'm going to be doing some vibration plate training, focusing on push exercises. Let's start with warming up the body. Let's go. So with this rope, it's a little bit shorter than my beaded rope, so this one here is really nice and smooth. And I can get pretty fast, so I'm going to try to increase the tempo, or I'll go double the space. So this is match the, so for every 1, 2, 3, 4, da, 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 da. So by doubling the tempo, it increases it to 264. I'm going to try. Feels good. This rope is actually so smooth. Yeah, I feel it. It's a lot different than the beaded rope that I regularly use, which is also from Buddy Lee. You can almost hold the handle at any position and you don't feel the rope, you don't feel the any binding of the swing at all. Just super, super good. This design is, I think, is the best. And I give credit to Buddy Lee, who owns the patent on this design. High knees. By incorporating the high knees, get the hip flexors involved. Sloppy. You can get heavier ropes as well. That changes the feel of where you can tell where the rope position is when you're swinging it. This one here, this rope is, I think, a 4mm thickness. And when it's the right length, it comes around really fast. Like, so if you want to improve your coordination, very good. Skipping like this has a positive, real positive influence on your mental focus, largely because it's the electrical connection inside your body that has to drive it. And if your coordination is not good, you won't be able to have the speed. Switching between singles and double unders. I have yet to master triples. I don't practice it often enough, and I probably should. But I like to just make sure I'm circulating the blood, reaping the cardiovascular benefits from doing that. My breathing rate is pretty relaxed right now. After, I don't know how long it's been, 2 minutes and 35. You should be able to see my heart rate as well on the screen. I will try to do an all-out burst as well to see how high my heart rate does go. I'll start at the 1.5 minute mark. So kind of mimicking the timing that I do for the fitness tests. The fitness slash stress tests. All right, so 3, 2, 1, here we go. I'm going to try to go as quickly as I can. I'm going to build up the tempo. I'm not lifting my feet high enough. Alright, so I don't know what I hit. 181. I feel pretty relaxed. According to my age, my maximum heart rate should be 220 less my age, which is 49. And that should be my calculated maximum heart rate cardiovascularly. But I know that my numbers are much higher than what that formula depicts. So, at the end of the 2 minutes is when I will start with the push exercises. And the first one is going to be performing a decline push-up, which I'm going to include the vibration plate, but also the metronome timing to help with timing of reps, because when things are uncomfortable, you tend to cheat a little bit more. And the metronome helps with reducing the ability or reducing the opportunity to cheat. I say that because I don't have a trainer observing what I'm doing here. I'm by myself. So using the metronome is kind of like a reminder for me to stick with it, to stay with it, especially when the muscle is uncomfortable. because I want to be able to chase that that pain and create hypertrophy in that of the body. So with the vibration plate, I've got these things, and they rotate. They're on a spinning thing, so basically I'm going to put it on the vibration plate, as you see there, and I will be placing it on the floor so you'll be able to see it, and setting the program to switch back and forth between a slow vibration and a quicker vibration, and doing so it changes how the body responds and how the muscle responds. So my goal is to create as much hypertrophy as I can. So I'm going to be starting with a decline push-up. So like this, and then with the perfect push-up things, handles, they are resting on the vibration plate. Now I'm just, this creates a real dynamic movement. Yeah, now the speed's picked up. By singing with my voice, you can hear the pace of the vibration. Alright, now just slow down. So I can feel it in the lower pectoral. I'm starting to feel the discomfort in the triceps as well, because they become involved, especially at the bottom of the rep. So working the negative, pushing all the way through. I move ever so much, ever so little. Oh, it's pretty just uncomfortable. Wow, that burn is pretty strong. You wouldn't think that this works that hard, but it does. Whew. 3 minutes is a long time to be doing this. Wow. Oh, wow. All right. So next is I'm going to switch to a flat. So that's where I'm going to take the vibration plate off the step and place this here. And since the vibration plate is raised, I'm going to add a little bit of height for my feet so I'm more parallel with the ground. So mimicking a natural push-up position, as if I'm without the two pieces of equipment. Because, yeah, how is it? It's about that high. Yeah, it's pretty even. Okay, so now switching to a give my arms a little bit of rest because they're hurting. So they're going to be already pre-fatigued when it comes to when I do the dedicated. All right, I need to just turn this a little bit. Too much. Okay. And by using these, I can rotate them. So now I get a different. This actually, I can feel it when I go this way. I can feel it in the lower pectoral. Oh wow. It hurts. It's a good hurt. Wow. Working the decline can really feel it. Or the negative, should I say. It's hard to push out. Wow. I have to step out of it. Wow. Oh, wow. Okay. Wow. That's a good burn. All right, next one is going to be doing an incline. So what I'm going to do is take the Bosu ball and actually place it on top of the step here. And I'm going to try this way. So focusing more on the upper chest. To create more of an incline, I can move these two out of the way. And that way it'll focus, it'll create a little bit more of a steeper incline. So this one, now I'm focusing on the upper chest muscle that's closer to the joint. And this is a safe way of doing it and targeted way of doing it. Alright, so I'm going to try it this way. this is difficult. I could increase the intensity a little bit doing this, kind of this way. I'm already pretty fatigued. Your arms are tired. Wow. Oh. I'll get better at this when doing it this way. Oh. Well, I'm dripping now. Oh. Wow. Oh. I'll try with these guys. Oh. This is the first time I'm kind of doing this, so bear with me. Oh. Oh. All right. Next is I'm switching to a standing fly. So continuing to work on the chest, but the inner fibers that are closer to the sternum versus being on the outside. Because a push-up only gets so much. All right. I'm not sure where I need to be for the vibration plate. So this one here I've anchored 2 red bands. Yeah, okay. Seems about in the middle. I want tension at the start of the rep. Kind of as even as possible. So, P1. Now, squeezing the elbows together. Adding the vibration. Kind of locking the legs a little bit, so that way my hands are moving. High, low. So rotating between the upper I could do this lying on my back as well, but today I decided to stand. So by having the bands attached to the elbows, it takes the wrist out focusing the effort solely on making sure you're working those pectoral muscles near the sternum. Fibers, all that are all there. A little bit higher. Rotate like this, up and down, holding the This is a really effective, dynamic type of movement. Adding the vibration as part of the trigger creates a lot of muscle stimulus. You can even put the all right. Next is focused tricep exercises. So this is where I'm going to take the towel, just place it on here on the vibration board, just to create a little bit of cushion and also a non-slip surface. Kind of eye the center here. Yeah, somewhere there. I think that's where this needs to be. So I'm going to start with facing towards. Okay, I'm going to get a little bit farther away from the wall. So I've got two bands attached here. I don't know if you can see. There's a green one. That's kind of my eye level. And then a red one. So having the two angles, I'm getting a pull at the top of the rep, which is what I want. And then a toe, continued toe at the bottom. So I'm just going to come back slightly more. And that should do it. So P1. Alright. Here we go. Now, firing those triceps. So I'm stiffening the quads and the glutes, so that way the vibration travels all the way to the top of the shoulder and into the tricep area, because those are the guys I'm on a target. So I'm facing towards the wall. I'm focusing more on the bottom end of the rip. So maximum tension is here at this position on the band. So with all the push-ups that I did earlier, gave a chance for the triceps to rest a little bit. And now I'm tackling them again. But this time, focusing on more on the bottom of the rep. And having the bands attached to the wall allows me to do this really effectively. Oh. Oh. I don't know if you can see the tricep twitching But I can tell you, I can feel it. Oh, wow. And by having to stiffen up my quads and glutes and the core, they get partially involved as well. So this becomes more of a full upper body workout. Oh, oh. Slow negative. Back down. Oh. Whew. And I'll tell you, the muscle doesn't know any difference when it comes to numbers, because it's about you want to chase that tension and the discomfort and fight through it, make the muscle do the work. All right, next is facing away, so I'm just going to make sure the bands are nice and even, like that. So now, using the same principle, see how much, oh yeah, okay, that's good. Feels good. Program 1, 3 minutes. This time, locking the glutes and the quads and the core, so that way you can, this is getting the tricep now at full extension. So here there's tension on the band, and I'm just sitting here working those tricep muscles. You can feel. Yeah, right here I feel it. Wow, feels good. Kind of hold the elbows in a little bit tighter if you can. There's already tension here at this point. Holding it isometrically. So if you want to improve if you're a baseball player, this is excellent. You want to improve your throwing ability. It's one thing to work your type 2, but yeah, you want to strengthen the muscle, all the fibers throughout that chain. This helps focus on the skeletal fibers too that are on the bone. Strengthen those guys that you normally wouldn't get with an explosive type movement. So here I'm holding it now. The tricep is, when it's like this, the tricep is fully extended. Now, working it. I'm not certified to know what I'm doing, but I know what I'm doing. And I bet if there's people that are watching me that are certified, you know that I'm telling you the truth. I don't need to have certification to know how to move my body safely. All right, that's it. Done. So I strive to make sure I finish my workouts between the 30 to 45 minute mark, in that range. That's what I focus for. I'll turn off this metronome. Alright, so here we go. The current time is 2:11. You see here, 2:11. Starting time was at 1:33 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Today's date, as you see, November 25th, 2025. So, let's have a look at where my heart rate was. Oh, I hit 186 today. So, 186. Let's see how long I was in that range for. So 16 seconds. That's how long it was in there. So obviously my heart rate needed to recover. So depending if I was still there, but I pushed my heart rate to get up there. So like I said, my maximum heart rate should be, according to this, the mathematical formula based on my age, should be 220 less 49, 171. And I just showed today's I hit 186. So that formula really doesn't represent my current fitness level according to mathematics. So, and this is the heart rate. I hit my all-time max is 217, which this application recalibrated itself. So when I'm going hard, 207, that's when my body's really trying to recover. And the last time it happened was October 21st, 2025. So I'm going to see if I get up there this week. I'm going to try with the Buddy Lee rope. So that's going to be my kind of plan for this week. And this year you could see what the range is when my heart rate's going hard at 185, 206. So that's when things are happening. And the vibration plate agrees. So that's it for today. I'm Gordon with Unlock Your Bioenergy. Today is November 25th, 2025. Tune in tomorrow for Wacky Wednesday. It'll be leg day. And I'm going to try to do some different things as well. I got the strong muscle pump today. The arms are doing good. So, and I only eat one meal a day. So about 25 to 30 grams of protein a day. That's it. And I'm keeping my muscle. So you can too. Consume the cleanest and most absorbable. Throw in some salts and the minerals you get from that, and your body says, I know what to do with this. And then toss in the X39 as part of the equation to increase your recovery and muscle synthesis, and you will see it works. I'm telling you, and I'm telling you, and I'm showing you. Today is day number how many? 225 with the X39, and episode number 126 of live streaming. So join me. Get yourself some patches and start reaping the real benefits. It works. Because I don't like paying for nothing. I don't like paying for something that doesn't work. Nor should you. Get the real thing. Order from LifeWave only. Bye for now. We'll see you tomorrow.